Hi there, Larry Horist here, and welcome to So There 'Tis. Today, right now, we're going to talk about media bias. Now, if you follow my written commentaries or my videos, you know that media bias is a very important thing to me. And there's a reason for that. Media bias tilts public's thinking. When the media is biased, people aren't getting the full facts. They're getting a one-sided fact. We know that most of the media in this country is liberal to very liberal. Most of the major media developed out of a very liberal community in New York, very liberal community in Washington. And so you have what I'm going to refer to the big seven: ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, although they're on a different scale. And then you've got the New York Times and the Washington Post. With the exception of Fox News, of course, all of the big seven liberals, they sing off of the same song sheet. So they become prosecutors in the court of public opinion. They set their own agenda in the court of public opinion. And I really want to talk about two things that show both the bias and the hypocrisy. Now, recently, a bunch of Republican congressmen went down and made a little bit of fuss outside of the hearing room. And the media went kind of nuts. It became the top story of the day. Now, according to the media, these congressmen were sophomoric. It was a stunt. It was silly. What's the point? They asked all kinds of questions about their motivation. Oh my God, somebody had a cell phone. You're not supposed to have a cell phone in the secret chamber where these hearings were going to be held. Now, the fact of the matter is, they did have a point. This is unusual for such hearings to be held in secret. They didn't do it under the Nixon impeachment. They didn't do it for the Clinton impeachment. Those were open hearings, and the president had his own rights. The Democrats are denying the rights. So in terms of process, the Republicans do have a point. But what really struck me when it comes to hypocrisy and media bias, it wasn't that long ago when a bunch of members of Congress disrupted the House of Representatives with a sit-in. Like a bunch of kindergarten children, they all sat on the floor of the Congress protesting. Frankly, I don't even remember what anymore. The fact of the matter is, when the Democrats disrupted the entire House of Representatives, not even just one committee, when they disrupted the entire House, what did the media think of that? Well, they thought it was just wonderful. This was civil rights at its best. This was people making a point. The entire reporting was 100% the opposite way. That's the bias. That's how it is. Now, let's take the withdrawal of the troops from Syria. Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't favor that move, by the way. But let's just take it for what it is. President Trump withdrew the troops from Syria. Well, the media, being very left-wing, very biased, very anti-Trump, anti-Republican, anti-conservative, said, this is the worst thing ever. Look what he's doing. He's turning things over to Russia. He's doing this. He's deserting the Kurds. He's doing that. This is a terrible, terrible thing. Is that how they reported when President Obama walked away from his red line in Syria? Remember, we had encouraged the rebels fighting Bashar al-Assad. We encouraged them to pick up their guns, and we encouraged them to fight. And under the Obama program of leading from behind, whatever the hell that means, and I don't hold to my red lines in the sand, he walked away from those rebels. He left them to be killed by Bashar Assad's men. He said Bashar Assad had to go, and Bashar Assad now has won the civil war, thanks to Obama. But he also caused the biggest, most tragic migration in modern history, where thousands died. You remember that picture of the little dead baby on the beach? That's Obama's policies that created all of that. So When they report about Syria now, we see a completely different evaluation. That's what media bias looks like. That's what media hypocrisy looks like. And we got to really have long memories, and we got to look at all the facts, all the issues to get past what I really call today the propaganda press. So there it is.